Yo, what's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to go over the top 5 VST plugins that I'm using for 2023. This is just my personal preference. These are the VSTs I typically use for trap type loops. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get right into the VSTs. So number 5 on my VST list is actually 2 VSTs, but they're in the same pretty much category. It's SRX Orchestra and SRX Strings. So it's Roland from Roland. I use them typically for the same thing. They just have a slightly different sound. I believe the orchestra has more sounds than the strings do, but it's for kind of like 4PF, just whenever you need violin type sounds like. And then the orchestra has pretty much similar things, but then they got some other sounds as well. So yeah, it's a VST I like to play around with a lot, both of them honestly. If I'm looking for a nice like violin lead sound, or like kind of like a quick violin sound, one that's not like long and drawn out, just more like staccato type of sound, those are my go-tos for violin sounds. Number 4 on my list is Arcade, and Arcade is good for a lot of different things. What I typically use it for is lead sounds, whether I'm looking for a vocal or like a flute or violin or just something to make the melody stand out a little more. You see, I like to use this line called Passport. It's really good for like flutes, violins, stuff like that, and distant voices. I got one pulled up here. Just if you need a background vocal, you can just play around with it. See, it's perfect. Kind of make your melody stand out and add something extra, so it's not just like typical keys and bass or whatever. I like to throw in a vocal or like some sort of sound that makes it sound different into my loops. So Arcade is perfect for finding just ethnic or something to add variety to your sound. Number 3 on my list is from the Arturia 5 collection bundle. It's a VST that you get inside of that. It's the Mellotron 5. I love this VST because it's really good for lead sounds. It's not a lot of presets involved in there. I think this is all of them, but the ones you can mess with are really cool. So here's like a lead sound, like a lead string, but then you can mess with it with this knob here. There's like 3 different sounds for one preset, and it's kind of like a flute. So I really like using this to add like a nice lead, like an analog lead. It adds a lot of cool texture to loops and stuff like that, and you can mess with it, the attack, decay, sustain, release, all that good stuff inside of the plugin. So this is one I really like, and it's included, like I said, in the Arturia 5 collection bundle. My number 2 VST is Omnisphere. Now I use Omnisphere still a lot in a lot of my loops, a lot of my beats. It's got so many sounds, and it's great if you have the expansions. Like here I have a bunch of the expansions. If you're looking for them, I would suggest to hit up Freak, FREQYT on Instagram. If you're looking for like extra sounds or keyscape and stuff like that for Omnisphere. Keyscape is awesome. I have it inside of my Omnisphere. Trillion, I use some of the basses from Trillion. Keyscape Creative. There's just so many different sounds that I use, and a lot of the bass sounds that I use in my loops to tie them together, I'll use the Growler Moog bass. It's a sound I like to use a lot, and yeah, there's so many different things you can do with Omnisphere. You can edit sounds. It's got its own presets. in here for different sounds and effects and everything. So this is a VST I like to use all the time still in 2023. My number one VST is Contact. Now Contact's great because it holds pretty much a bunch of other VSTs inside of it. So you see here on the side, it's all the different sound banks that I have for Contact. Some of my favorites are Mallet Flux, Noir Piano, and Balkan Ethnic Orchestra. Ethnic Orchestra is great for like lead sounds. It's got like violin, strings, flute, stuff like that, but it adds a little like ethnic flair to them. Noir Piano is just a great piano to use whenever I don't feel like using keyscape. It's great for piano melodies and ambient pianos, stuff like that. Mallet Flux is great for bells, like bunch of different bell sounds. You can pick one and reverse the bell. So yeah, really cool plugin. There's a bunch of stuff you can use inside of Contact. Always, there's so many banks for Contact. I don't have all the ones that I want. I have a lot that I like to use, but there's so much you can do inside of it. It's a truly great plugin, and I think there's a bunch of free banks too, so I would highly suggest that for producers in 2023. So yeah, that's my list of my 5 favorite plugins that I've been using for 2023. Make sure you all leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'll be dropping more videos here in the future and more kits on the way. Let me know what you want to see in the next video. As far as this one, I'm out. I'll see y'all in the next video.